What's up, YouTube? Angry Jackalope here, Rob Ricks. I'm going to talk with you guys about the glint, further exploration into this concept. So, a while back, just kind of a recap, I mentioned the glint, and I paraphrased Robert Kiyosaki. Robert Kiyosaki said, on any given coin, there's three sides. There's heads, tails, and there's the edge. So you could see two sides of the situation from the edge, and you can make a decision that's going to be beneficial to you by standing on the edge and viewing both sides of the equation. And I further added in that there's a glint on the coin. So regardless of if a situation is good, bad, or any derivatives in between, various shades of gray, you should be able to still find a glint. Now, what is the glint? Where does it come from? That's what this episode's talking about. Now, I'm going to talk about the soul of a human being, which I call a spark, the light. And I'm not going to get into a whole discussion of where that light comes from, but I will say the soul is the energy source of the body. And if you want any proof of that, look at a dead person or look at a dead animal. What's the first thought that comes to your mind? What is the first thing that you go, whoa? For me, first time I saw a dead thing, a dead body, dead person, a dead deer, a dead animal, whatever, was, fuck, it looks fake. It looks weird. And that's because without the soul, our body is nothing but meat on bones with blood and organs and all that stuff. But it's meat. The soul is the light source which creates the glint. Going to my analogy, each one of us is a blade. There is always going to be a glint on your blade. But depending on how bright your soul is, will determine how easy it is for you to catch the glint. Now, if you are steeped in darkness and negativity and your soul is being smothered, you have this. Much harder to see the glint when you have light, then the glint is more pronounced. That's the metaphor I'm working with here. So bear with me as I try to explain this a little bit more, because this is working itself out in my head, and I'm trying to verbalize it. So the glint is an extension of the light of your soul. Some call it the inner light. You know, some would say that it is the extension of divinity. I made a comment the other day about humans being the only animal that can imagine things, and I made the connection to we are created in God's image. Well, you know, I remember first time I ever heard that expression as a child, we are created in God's image. And I thought to myself, I didn't say fuck, but now I'm paraphrasing. How the fuck is that possible when I look at somebody and I look at somebody else and I look at me and we all look completely fucking different. We all act completely differently. But there's one commonality between us all. We all have a soul. Every living thing has a life force, a soul, an energy. Maybe that is what they're referring to, right? That light, that spark. If you allow negativity to control your life and you let all this fear-mongering, all this scariness around the world weigh down on you, all it does is dim your light, dim your light, dim your light. And in the darkness, it's easy to get lost. But if you start to surround yourself with positivity and you start to think of things in a more positive light, well then Everything's illuminated around you. It's easier to find your way. So how do we grow our spark? How do we grow the light source to find the glint? Because the glint is kind of the key to staying positive, regardless of the situation. You know, I'm walking and I got no shoes. Well, motherfucker, you're walking, says the guy with no fucking feet. The guy with no feet, he says, fuck, I can't walk. I'm in a wheelchair. Well, the paraplegic looks at him and says, well, fuck, you got your arms. You can at least use the wheelchair. It's all in perception, perspective, point of view. If you allow yourself to continually throw pity parties for yourself and wallow in misery, grabbing that proverbial tub of ice cream and just, life is hard on me. You're right. Life's going to be hard on you. But life is supposed to be fucking hard. My kids will complain about something and they'll say, Dad, it's so fucking hard. I'm like, yeah, it is. It's supposed to be hard. Otherwise, how does your metal get tested? How does your metal even get forged? You have to go through the adversity and pain, and you have to go through the hammering and the hellfire forges to become an elegant blade, a functional piece of kit that is going to be useful in the world we live in. You want to surround yourself with like-minded individuals, people that have ambitions and goals just like you. Don't surround yourself with fucking the naysayers and the people that are going to be like, dude, that's stupid, don't fucking do that. Fuck them. A long time ago, I did a video that said, fuck friends, right? Where I illustrated to you, this was a long time ago, before I even started this particular journey I'm on right now. And I told you, don't let them tell you you can't do anything. So you need to find people that are going to help fuel your inner spark, your flame. Let's call it the flame, because fire can illuminate, right? And the bigger the fire, the brighter it is seen. You want to be a fucking bonfire. You want to be a bomb. You want to be a fucking nuclear explosion. You want to be so fucking powerful, but you need fuel. And if you have people dousing out your fucking fire, constantly throwing water on your shit, how the fuck are you gonna shine? How are you gonna be able to generate enough light to constantly be able to find a glint if you got people constantly fucking with you? But here's the thing. It all comes down to you. Your decisions, what you do. You know, I just heard a guy, William Bowen, and he was talking about weeding out your garden and don't letting the weeds come in and infect your shit. And I thought that was a good analogy. Weeding out your garden. That was great. Get rid of the fucking weeds. Get rid of the shit that fucking holds you back. Anyway, we're going to talk a lot about this. We're going to talk a lot about this, but need you guys to grasp these concepts, because we're going to build on top of this. This is like a pyramid. We're building the foundation. We're going to build layers to get to the top. But the very first thing you need to realize is that every single one of us has fire in us, our soul, the spark, the life force. And you need to feed it. You need to give it positivity is the food. You know, negativity is like the junk food and the poison and all the other crap that just kills your fucking soul. But the positivity is the shit that's going to keep feeding it and make it stronger and be fucking the massive gladiator that you want to be. If your soul is a fucking gladiator, your body will follow. Everything around you will follow. Everything will fall in place. But you need to be able to feed your soul and have the right mindset. So it starts with your thinking. And in your thinking, you're feeding your soul. You're feeding your soul. And then you become more powerful. That's the key. That's it. That's where we're going to stop right now. But it begins with your thinking. You got to get your fucking mind right. Alright guys, if you like it, please subscribe, tell all your fucking friends. Until next time, please be good to each other and be good to yourself and start working on yourself. Starts with your thinking. Let's get our mind right. Alright guys.